full hands. Oh my goodness, guys, it's a fun day, family day. Miss Nun was holding on, and Gabriella holding on to other stuff. Y'all, we're out to go. I'm gonna give you a talk on fall gardening, how to get your fall garden growing, aka going, and have a fun time with it. Just thought we would let you guys tag along. Oh, it's hard to leave this place though. Beautiful. Beautiful morning. Oh, got my coffee. Yeah. Okay, now we're being ready for awesomeness. Gotta get strapped in. We have arrived, everybody. We have arrived. Nava's ready. Gabrielle's ready.
You already recording?
We almost had a wreck. People almost squashed us. But we were protected. We're all good. And we're excited to get to share some fun stuff about fall gardening. Woo!
Yeah.
Man, life is fragile. We just realized that because that wreck was. Here, let me carry something here. Life is a wonderful thing and a blessing. Don't want to take it for granted, right, Brie?
Nope.
We'll shook up right now, honestly. To add on to the other nerves of getting to talk. The amazing choice to marry her is right up there too. So I don't know. Gardening and landscaping is, you know, number 3 or 4, way down the list. But I do enjoy it. I really love it, and I'm excited to help you all get your fall gardens started or continue with them, and have some, hopefully, some beneficial ideas. Okay, y'all, I tried to make a video a while back and it was not the best quality and had a hard time kind of staying focused, and then the battery died, all kinds of stuff. So here's take number 2 of the fall garden slides. I'm just gonna look at them on my phone and follow along, and also be walking up to the garden up here where we have our fall garden growing right now. So let's get into it. So I call this my fall gardening made simple because honestly it does not have to be complicated. It can be super fun, and that's why I'm here to help you simplify your whole process of doing your fall garden. This is the what, the when, the how, and the where of a fall garden. So the first part was just, you know, me kind of sharing a little bit about myself and my lovely wife. I grew up on this farm right here. As you can see, it's beautiful. Incredibly beautiful, and had the privilege of getting to do a garden down there. Later on it talks about that. Currently I've been doing edible landscapes for the past almost 3 years. That's been super fun, putting in those and just enjoying the process of helping people beautify their available spaces around their houses. But back in high school, right down there, right down there below the house, I put in a CSA garden. My dad helped me a ton, and just really enjoyed getting to, you know, grow all kinds of edibles out there, and oh my goodness, we grew tons of stuff. We grew all kinds of assorted vegetables for clients, and just enjoyed it a ton. Learned a lot, made all kinds of mistakes, but also had that learning curve, and that's why I'm here. I want to help you guys not have to make the mistakes that I made. So here we go. Then I started a Instagram page, and that really was super fun. I mean, that was right when Instagram came out, and learned a ton through that. Learned how to make, you know, you have the right shots for the more the aesthetic side of making pictures beautiful, and gathered a small following through that. And then from there, that led to getting started with YouTube. And Justin Rhodes, Mr. Justin Rhodes, helped me a ton with that. He was awesome and really got me started with the YouTubes. I'm gonna set you guys up right here. So the next slide is basically me just saying, hey, I'm not gonna be all prideful, you know, I'm the YouTube guy. No, I'm just good old Benj over here, Benjamin Meeks, enjoying being out here barefoot in the garden. So now I get to help people all around the world. I mean, India, Australia, all around the world. It grows every day. Just the number and the different diversity of people around the world. I get to help them grow food, and it's so fun, so fun. And that's why I'm here right now. Just help you guys with free content of how to really create an abundance around wherever you're at. For my top 3 crops for fall around here in Tennessee is kale, spinach, and beets. Those are awesome. You can't beat them. And the reasons are right there for how they're cold hardy. Just the taste. When I say cold hardy, I mean they can really handle some cold temperatures. And around here it doesn't get too cold, but it does get to where it will frost, and that's what kills off the plants. So we want them to last as long as possible, because I mean, many of these, especially kale and spinach, they'll keep on going the whole year if they don't get killed by the frost. So what I recommend for folks is that you choose the top 3 crops that you really are going to eat, because you can grow all kinds of stuff out there, but and really they're going to be great vegetables, but I really recommend that you choose the top 3 that you are actually going to eat a lot of. And then also choose the top 3 that you have space for, because some vegetables take more space, like cabbage takes a pretty good chunk of space. So just figure out how much space you have. Let's say you have a patio, you only have so much space. You know, maybe those top 3 that you actually will eat plus the top 3 that will take space overlap, and you can do both. But I'm saying factor in how much space you actually have. And then also keep it fun. Do a plant that's, or 2 to 3, maybe even just one new plant that you never planted before, and it's in a new adventure. It's fun getting out there, trying something new. I usually recommend that because I really recommend that because it's just fun. Gardening has to be fun, y'all. It's not just about produce food. It's about having fun and the adventure of it. Also, you can include your kids if you have kids, or your spouse, or somebody that you know, or your friends. Just make it fun. Make it really fun, and try things new that are kind of exotic, or you just never tried them before. Okay, the second category is when. When are we going to plant these things? Well, for your area, for my area in Knoxville, it was started in August, like it says, August 1st to like September 25th. But really, you want to count back from your last or your first frost date. And for us, that is October 22nd. So you want to count back from there. You want to have at least a good 2 to 3 months before your first frost date for your plants to get going. So really, in the middle of the summer around here is what you want to do. Okay, how you get started? We used some soil blocks whenever I did my garden down there. There are multiple ways to get your seeds started, but really I like to use either transplants or do direct seeding. Direct seeding can be great, but you need to get them in the ground with a cleared area, because at least for me, usually weeds pop up, and if you can get your seeds in before the weeds pop up and get those to germinate, they should get tall enough to where the weeds are not an issue. Of course, out here we have all these wood chips, which are like a weed prevention, which is nice. But if you don't have that, then you can run into some issues. Transplants really give you an edge for getting ahead of the time with the weeds, especially, I mean, in the summertime there's a lot growing. So go ahead and do those transplants. You have a more sure chance of your plant surviving if you do it that way. So I like to do a little bit of a combination. So when it comes to where to place your plants, try to focus on orientation and frost prevention. Okay, so you want to look at orientation. Usually south facing or west facing are best areas, because you're going to get the most heat and the most sun, and hopefully prevent frost damage. That's going to be the best. Avoid north for sure, and also east facing, because north is going to stay darker, and therefore the cold will just set up right there. And then avoid any kind of east facing because it'll get the morning sun, but then evening it won't get much sun, and that's where it can get cold. So that's just some recommendations for orientation. You can use plastic robe covers, cold frames, greenhouses, or even plastic or bags or buckets, whatever you can do to prevent frost. Frost really for a fall garden is one of your main issues. So you really want to be ready a week or so before, if not two, the frost comes. One awesome trick for your fall garden is plant your fall garden near to concrete or rocks, any kind of material that's going to absorb heat in the daytime and then slowly release that during the nighttime. Also, if you have a brick house, that helps too. Raised beds can also help because it allows for the cooler temperatures to be, they're going to always go to the lowest place. So that raised bed is going to keep your fall crops from being too close to the coolness of the lowest areas of the ground. Also be careful to not plant your fall crops in like any type of dip area where cold air would go and get trapped. That's a big no-no, because that'll just result in pretty quick, annihilation of your happy little plants. You can use black or darker compost or mulch that will absorb the heat as well. There you go, folks. That is some tips, some tricks, some fun stuff concerning fall gardens. I'm gonna get out here later on today and we're gonna tear out some of the tomatoes and things up there that are done and put in some more of the fall crops. We have more videos coming about that, so stay tuned. This is so fun. It's such a fun time. One of my favorite things about a fall garden is that the sugars will actually change in the leaves or whatever the crop is, because as the temperature goes down, it really converts those sugars in your leaves, like spinach or kale or carrots. It converts that into more sugars. So I mean, the level of sweetness just skyrockets, and it's just an amazing crisp taste, the taste of fall. So I enjoyed it a lot. Hope you guys get to enjoy it. This is super fun. I'm sorry if this video comes in an area that's a little too late for you, but just be encouraged that if you use some of those preventatives for frost, then hopefully you can extend your season and grow plenty of good edibles this fall. Try to think about incorporating these fall edibles into your landscapes, into your actual landscapes, as long as you're not spraying pesticides or herbicides around your actual landscapes. Put them in between your azaleas or your rhododendrons, or plant next to your roses. Scatter some seeds underneath, scatter some kale seeds underneath all of your plants and watch them pop up and grow throughout the fall. It's just an amazing thing. And honestly, I think some of these fall crops, especially like kale and spinach with that dark green texture, they'll look great, and as long as the rabbits don't get you, you'll have plenty growing for the winter time. So, and if you live in more of a mild area like Florida or something like that, man, you'd have crops the whole way through. So folks, time to get sowing and growing. Let's get this thing done and have fun at it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for watching. Sorry you didn't get to see the actual presentation. The audio and visual was just not good. So here we are today out in the garden, actually talking about it. Thanks for watching, folks. You're the best. See you next time. There's my dad's fall crops going. They're happening. Oh yeah.